Raider Nation, blaze one for the real ones. Yo, let's do what we do. But let's start with me, you, and the crew. Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, T3 proudly presents to you Raiders Tea Time. It's your host, T3, RT3. But before we get into all this conversations, don't forget to do what we do. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Come talk to your boy. Every day is a good day, and even on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a small button for you, but it's a big button for your boy when you hit that subscribe. And don't forget to hit them likes. Keep them joints at 50% or higher. Let me know how you feel about the comments, the content. And yes, drop your comments. Have a conversation with your boy and let you know what we do. But let's talk about what we came here to do today. So I'm sitting back, relaxing, chilling all good, doing little things outside the hood, and realizing last year was an interesting year. What if, oh my God, that's the worst comment anybody could say. What if we held on to what AP wanted to do at doing 24 points, at least 24 points a game? I went back and looked at the schedule. Do you know we would have won 4 more games? We would have been 8-9. Yes, 8-9. Even crazier than that, we would have started the season out 2-0. Oh, what? Let's talk about it. We would have beat the Chargers, the Chiefs, Atlanta, and the Rams. We would have had 2 division wins and 2 outside conference wins. I'm trying to tell you, what does that mean? And what do you mean we would have been 2-0? We would have beaten the Chargers in week 1, and we would have beaten Baltimore in week 2. Changes the complete dynamic of the season. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you do what you're supposed to do and win the games you're supposed to win, and then you win a few games you were not supposed to win, it's amazing how things would have popped off for the Las Vegas Raiders. Think about that right now. Our offense was in disarray. We started out with Gardner the Cowboy, the Minshew. Then we went into Aiden AOC O'Connell. You know what I'm saying? Then we brought in Riddler. It might as well have been a Riddler. Riddler. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the game. Ritter. Oh my God. I can't get this man's name right. You know I don't do good with names. I don't care. This is what it is. I've accepted my fate in life. But Ritter comes in as well. We trade stinking Adams in the middle of the season after he goes down with an injury. You know what I'm saying? Myers goes on AI for like a long period of time. JPJ, a man I have learned to love, was not in the game yet. He was still walking around injured. Wilkins goes out on a boot. He ain't around here no more. You know what I'm saying? Kuntz was out at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? We get Getsy as our offensive coordinator after we lose out on Kingsbury. Should I go on? Should I talk more? Yes, let's go ahead. Max Crosby gets rolled up in week 2 with the Baltimore Ravens and is done by week 4. You know what I'm saying? All these things come into play when it comes to doggone AOC almost breaks his thumb, you know what I mean? And is out for a couple of weeks, which made us go get Ritter in the first place from Atlanta. No, I'm sorry. He was on Arizona's practice squad. We talking about practice. Yes. I'm like, I'm going through my whole head. 8-9 would have been the Raiders' mantra at 24 points a game if we had done that in the beginning. Think about that for a minute. 8-9. Am I not happy with the current coaching staff? I am. I love Pete Carroll. Like I was always adamant, if you're going to fire AP, who I felt was a good coach and was doing his thing, bring in Pete Carroll. If you ain't going new school, might as well go old school. And you can't get no more old school than you can with Pete Carroll. Would we have Spytek instead of the stinking GM we had last year? Look, I didn't like him, but he did bring me JPJ, Glaze, and Brock Bowers, you know what I'm saying? So he brought us 3 starters in the game. I still feel like Brady would have made changes in all aspects of the game. Yes, I'm calling it right now. He would have still fired AP. He would have still fired, because 8-9 was still not a winning season, but it was been a better season than 4-13. We can sit a little bit prouder saying that we are actually in a position to make big moves, which is why I have always said the Raiders are better than what people giving us credit for. Like, we're only being talked about the way we're being talked about because we have not shown on record that we could be a good team. On paper, we've got a lot of good things, but on our record says who we are. Isn't that what your man said? Your record states who you are. At 4-13, I can understand why people don't believe in the Las Vegas Raiders outside of the fans. But yet, here we are, here I am, being a Goober fan, trying to tell you, understand that we are better than what we are. Malcolm Koos is in on a 1-year contract. Robert Spillane is now gone. We have replaced him with E-Rob and Jermaine Pratt. You know what I mean? Like, we have got a linebacking core that actually could be proud of. I know we had Spillane, Diablo in the backfield before. Now we got Pratt. Now we got E-Rob, and we got your boy that came out of White, that came out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he been a journeyman with the Texans and the Eagles, and didn't even play with the Eagles. But he has a Super Bowl ring. Jermaine Pratt is a bona fide top 10 linebacker in the game. And E-Rob has 2 of them rings. You know what I mean? Like, we have championship caliber players on this team. Think about that right now. Our wide receiving core, I don't care what anybody say about our wide receiving core. We are a good, Jacoby, the law firm Myers, you know what I'm saying? Besh, you know what I'm saying? Trey Tuck, you know what I mean? Thornton Jr., bro, who we talking about? I am excited for what I see, but I am here to tell you, at 8-9 last year, with 2 division wins last year, 2 outside conference wins last year, we would definitely be talking about the Raiders differently. So just imagine what it would have been like, but it's okay. I am here to give you hope. I am here to give you perspective, to give you thought, something to think about throughout the day. Think about this. Think about this. We are not as bad and as far off as they are making it. They're telling us we are 2 years out away from actually being a decent team. I'm telling you, we are months away from not only being a decent team, but being a threat. We are a year away from being a deep run playoff team. We are 2 years away from actually trying to run for the Super Bowl. Did I say that thing out loud? I did. Bruh, get ready, Freddie. But you know how I do, because I don't care about your crew. Raider Nation till I die. Silver and black up in your eye. Raiders.